Good day. In this question of amalgamation, Sun and Moon Limited, the balance sheet is given. Then you can see and the adjustments they have given, all assets and liabilities are taken over. Here, apart from equity and general reserves, we have secured loan and current liabilities. Secured loan and current liabilities are outside liabilities. And all the assets are being taken over. So we have to find purchase consideration. We have given shareholders of Moon and Sun Limited are paid off by issue of sufficient number of equity shares in the of Mars Limited as fully paid at 10 rupees. So we have to check the equity shares of Sun and Moon Limited. Then we have to consider by paying them off by issuing sufficient number. Purchase consideration we can find how many equity shares have to be paid. We have to value it at Sun Limited 15 rupees for the purpose of amalgamation, and for the purpose of amalgamation in Moon Limited we have to take it as 25. This purchase consideration calculation we have to use it. That's why they have given. So we will just check the next slide how we calculate the purchase consideration. In this new slide we find Sun Limited's assets and liabilities. Assets you write one by one and then subtract the liability, secured loan and current liabilities. You get net assets. Net assets is 10 lakh and 4 lakh for Sun and Moon. Totally it amounts to 14 lakh. Now we have to check the balance sheet. The balance sheet has Sun Limited 60,000 equity shares of 10 each. That works out to 6 lakh. Same way 20,000 equity shares of 10 each. That is 2 lakhs. Now we have to use whatever is given in the question. Consider 25 rupees for Moon Limited and 15 rupees for Sun Limited. So Sun Limited 60,000 shares are already there into 15. That works out to 9 lakhs. Same way 20,000 Moon Limited shares into 25 rupees will give you 5 lakh. So substitute that in the business purchase consideration. 9 lakh plus 5 lakh will give you 14 lakh. The purchase consideration is now satisfied. But net assets ko purchase consideration ko difference irukku. So what does it mean? The net asset is worth 10 lakhs but the company is paying only 9 lakhs. So the company which is selling, Sun Limited, incurs a loss of 1 lakh. Same way Moon Limited worth of net assets is 4 lakh whereas they are being given 5 lakh worth of purchase consideration. They earn a profit of 1 lakh. The profit and loss has to be recorded in Sun Limited and Moon Limited journal entries. Okay, we will see the journal entries now. The journal entries in the books of Sun and Moon Limited. First, we need to transfer all the assets to the realization account. That is the rule. Debit all the expenditure and losses. We are going to, this is the general rule for any nominal account. Here we are going to assets we are going to transfer the assets. Assets are all debit balance. Debit balance nala the credit pannada realization account data to assets. That is the journal entry for transferring the assets. So realization to land and building, plant and machinery, investment, stock, debtors, cash. So Sun Limited oda balance sheet we have to just write that. You write the transfer of sundry assets. Same way write it for Moon Limited. Liabilities you have to take only secured loan and current liabilities. Then transfer it to the realization. Liability in the you have to debit it and then write to realization. Next we will see the next slide how we are going to do the rest of the entries. The next entry we see is Mars account debtor to realization 9 lakh and 5 lakh for Sun and Moon Limited. This is the purchase price what we found in the purchase consideration. Next entry is paying off the purchase consideration by issuing shares. Equity shares in Mars Limited to Mars Limited. Credit the giver. Another to Mars Limited. Debit the shares. So equity shares has to be debited. Next entry is transferring the equity share capital and general reserve or any other reserve in the balance sheet to the equity shareholders account. Owner's funds, we transfer it to the shareholders account. Equity share capital, general reserve to equity shareholders 6, 4 and 10. For Sun, for Moon it is 2, 2 and 4. Next entry is realization account debtor to equity shareholders. Profit, realization, profit kandupidichom, purchase consideration table la, that has to be transferred to the, in case of Moon Limited it is a profit. The next entry, in case of Sun Limited it is a loss. Loss in a equity shareholders account debtor to realization 1 lakh. The next entry is equity shareholders account debtor to equity shares in Mars Limited. This is the final settlement. The previously we saw that entry, that is equity shareholders account debtor to equity shares in Mars Limited. The equity shareholders account is now closed by issuing the equity shares. Thank you.